yes, he dances, and yes, he trances, and then I look at his moves and I understand why he's doing it. He moves so translucent. He's like water that breaks from the top of a mountain, and then it shakes and breaks and it molds. Just like my parents told me, they said, don't ever count your future out because you're such a not one of the homies. Yes, she told me to look bright, and that's my future. It might never take flight, but I want to go to college. And like the rest of my cousins that's locked up and getting college, and in the system, it's called the pen. And it's 4x7, no move to shake and bake. They always taking bait, and they always taking flight, and they always looking for a better way to make the night more understandable, because it's always dark. When you're in jail, you're looking for a better future to start. And yes, I look into their eyes, and yes, I see the future so bright, but it's a dark round. It's like I cry, and I look into their eyes, and I see the future that they could have had, but instead they smoked weed, and then they got paid, and then they got blamed. And it's like the cops always know who to point their fingers in, and then I look at them, and then they're ringers. What? But it's like a system that always keeps the black man down, and they put the white man up. But I like some of the white people because they're not stuck up. But it's the slave owners that kept us so looking so horrible. But then I look at my future and I say, yo, you're horrible, huh? And then I say, why did you tell me that I could never be anything? It's like Horace and Teller. But who's Horace and Teller? It's like a banker looking at a black family and say, you don't add up to what the bank teller. Look into my mother and see that she's struggling. It's called a recession, one another. And then I look at the past and I see that it happened, but I looked at what the future holds and I never, oh snap, it's called snap, crackle, and pop. And yes, I make it pop. And Michael Jackson said, look at your future, never stop. But then I said, why is my future so put down by what the system always says? But they told me that I could never ever escape the ghetto. And then I said, look at my future, and yes, I'm so much better. They call me high notes and they call me low notes, and they put me down. They put their feet up on my neck and say, don't look down. But how? How am I not supposed to look down when your feet is on my neck? This is the beauty of rap. This is the beauty of rap. This is the beauty of rap. When you make people sit down because your words are so powerful, and then you look into their eyes and you say that you're God, but you cannot be. It's one another. And all these people on the streets trying to be Islamic, they put a cap up on their head and say that they're Islamic, but you're not Islamic. Go into a pilgrimage, and yes, my brother got shot in Iraq and he's a pilgrimage. Yes, but they put one another and they look at us and say that you're another. Please don't be a brother. And look into my father, he says you're another. And I say that my brother got shot by Iraqi and a cover. What? Please tell me why I'm so not locked up. Because my words are so killer and they say that I'm so knocked up. Yes, it's like the movie, and everyone gets laid down and everyone gets shot up and then they get put down. But then I don't understand why this system is so irreplaceable and we can never ever miss it. They made the system for us to be down, but we're still around and making soundtracks. And as I shake my head, cause I'm so cocky. No, I'm not cocky, but I just see me being so much better than what you said that I can be. So I just shake my head to it. I get recorded by everyone. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the future's always bright, because the government said that black people can't make it and there'll always be ahead. And why? But you put us down in the Constitution. I think it was volume 2, and then I took a look and then I peeped it. But I never keep it. And then I peeped it again. And it said that blacks can never succeed, but you cannot keep it. And you might think I'm weird. Rap is like warfare. Whoa, that was random. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And words are like weapons that should be kept in cases with bullets, but I'm about to cap them. And if you look at me like I'm not happening, and if you stare at my face, then you get captain. 2 bullets in your chest, it's called a half a casing. And when you're laying on the ground, you look at me and say, please, I got 2 kids, please don't waste my life right here. At least put me in a casket and let me go to cashier and get my cash back in a paper bag. And yes, you look so sad and your eyes look stagnant, but you're always going to stay in the place that's cashed in. And the white people took back people and they got cashed in. They made us pick cotton, and yes, they made us rob them, and then they want to look at us like it's something wrong with us. And yes, it might not rhyme, but at least it makes sense. And why are people at war for half a dozen cents? And then you get locked up for selling half a dub. You bring an 8-ball and you get locked up. It's called 4 to 7, but yes, you're in a pen. It's 4 to 7 inches and you got handcuffs on your feet, your hands, and yes, you're at a stand. You're praising to God and Allah, trying to understand why you're in jail. But yes, I'm so sad, and put me in a cell and I will exhale. And put me in a stand and I will understand why all black people have a sense of, wow.